All right, what's up, everyone? To another video of Full Speed Impulse, and today we are talking about the Klx110l and that TB cam for the last time. Let's get at it. All right, guys, this is our Klx110l with plenty of mods on it, and we have a lot of good videos on all the installs on it. But today we're talking about that TB cam. All right, guys, so here is the deal. We have our Klx110l. We installed a TB cam in it, and we could not for the life of us get this thing to stop ticking. And we kept on going on reviews, and they said, oh, ticking's normal. Just tighten the valves up a little bit. Got a lot of great responses from everybody on help and all that. But unfortunately, when you go to Google this on how to install a TB cam, nobody seems to put out a good video on how to install this darn thing, which, you know, we even put out a video. And actually, if you watch our video, we did give you guys all the proper advice on how to put this cam in. Problem is, we goofed up. We make mistakes just like anybody else. We're not experts, and you know what? We just fumbled this one pretty good. So pretty much what the deal is, guys, when you're putting that TB cam in, you want to make sure that it's going to have a B on it. You're going to want to have that pointing towards the motor. With that B, I don't know if it's purposely there or just a coincidence, but that points the direction of your lobes and which way you want them, because you always want your lobes pointing towards the piston. And you'd be like, oh, wow, I never knew that. Or maybe you do know that, and that's great. But you know what? For your average Joe and all that, they might not know that. And I tell you what, we didn't. So that was our biggest goof. I think we said it in our video, but I think we still didn't set it right. Whatever had happened, we did not put the lobes going the correct way, and that made the biggest difference. And I'll tell you another thing too, because I was getting a little nervous. When we put the cam in the correct way, which we just did, you use a lot of adjustment on your rocker arms. So we actually used almost all of them just to get this darn thing to go to, and we actually tightened it up. We went 2 thousandths on the intake and 3 thousandths on the exhaust, and she runs crisp. We just ran her down the road. She runs so good. And I even talked to TB Parts, and they told me, like, yeah, if your cam was in the wrong way, you wouldn't be able to run it. We did. We went down to Rush Off-Road. We ran this thing, keeping up with our buddies and their Klx110s. And, I mean, it seems sluggish a little bit, but we still got it done. So, I mean, now it didn't seem right. Like, it definitely, I had a 143 kit with the cam and all these upgrades, and I have these lightly modified 110Ls that are hanging right with me or even pulling on me a little bit. But regardless, we were still able to make it up the hills. We were still ripping third, fourth gear. It just didn't make sense, though, why we didn't have more power. So this sums it all up. This is exactly what happened. As soon as we flip that cam around, she's running so good. We'll give you guys a fire up, but that's about it for this video. Just keeping it short and sweet and all that. And yeah, let's fire this thing up. If I am going to show you guys that actual startup, I won't be able to twist the throttle, which she likes to start with a little bit of goose on her. Come on, baby. So much better. That is how your 110L should run. You can even tell with the exhaust. Like before, it sounded neat. It had like a little blah, 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 a little lope to it. But yeah, she ain't supposed to sound like that. But now, she sounds so good. Runs super crisp. Didn't have to mess with the jetting at all. And wow, what a difference. I mean, that's how your motor's supposed to sound. That ain't no ticking. I mean, that thing's running crisp. I mean, we beat ourselves. We actually, tonight, when we were doing all this, we were going to just put our stock cam in because we were so frustrated with this. And I didn't try to beat up TB Parts on this cam because I love TB Parts. And they put out so many good products, so I just couldn't believe that they put this cam out. And I really tried. I didn't want to bash them in any of the videos because I just felt like something was off. Just something had to be wrong on our part. And it was. We put the cam in backwards, and that's what it ended up being and all that. And good power, for sure. Can't tell you if it's that much more power over stock because we didn't put the stock cam back in. But it's obviously a good performance bundle kit when we bought it because you get the 143 kit, the cam, the carb tuner, all that good stuff. She runs crisp. Plenty of power. That just wraps up for this video, guys. So one more time. You're putting that cam in just like any other cam. You're going to have the B facing towards the piston. And then you'll see your lobes. They're going to be pointing. One's going to be pointing like at an angle like that. The other one's going to be pointing at an angle kind of downward. But they're both still going to be proportioned towards the piston. It's not like it's going to be a straight horizontal to the piston, but they'll be kind of angled like that, and that'll be still towards the piston. And like I said, you're going to use a lot of your rocker arm adjustment. And past that, I mean, it's pretty standard. Make sure you use your T-mark on your flywheel, and then having that lined up. And then make sure you just get that other line on your sprocket dead flush. Adjust those valves, 2 thousandths on top on the intake, 3 thousandths on the exhaust, and she'll run crisp. I appreciate you guys watching and hanging with me on these videos. I'm sorry, like, we all make mistakes, but you know what? Now there's a video for everybody to look up on Google on how to set this darn cam so you guys don't make the same goober mistake that we did. So appreciate y'all, but until next time, we'll see you later.